Have you ever found yourself standing up, only to feel a sudden wave of dizziness that makes you pause? Or maybe you've noticed moments where your mind feels foggy, and simple names or appointments slip away more easily than before. It's easy to tell ourselves, that's just part of getting older. But what if it's not quite that simple? What if these moments aren't just the natural course of aging, but signals that your brain needs a little extra care and attention? For many seniors, these quiet changes can feel unsettling, like an invisible weight pulling at your confidence and independence. Yet, so often, we overlook the power we have to protect and sharpen our minds, no matter our age. The truth is, keeping your brain vibrant isn't about luck or magic. It's about small, meaningful habits that science shows can truly make a difference. In this video, I'll share 5 simple but powerful habits you can start today to boost your brain health, stay sharp, and feel more engaged with the world around you. Stick with me until the end, because one of these habits might just change the way you think about aging. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Habit 1. Regular physical exercise. Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt your joints a bit stiffer than the day before, or noticed that your legs don't feel quite as steady as they used to when you move from your favorite recliner to the kitchen? Maybe you sometimes find yourself hesitating at the bottom of the stairs, calculating each step, or feel a little unsure as you reach for something on the top shelf, remembering the last time you nearly lost your balance. For so many seniors, these little changes sneak up quietly, settling into your daily life until, before you know it, you've come to expect them. Aching knees, a slower gait, a general sense that your body just isn't what it used to be. And like most people, you may have told yourself, well, that's just part of getting older. But what if I told you that those little aches, the wobbly moments, and even that foggy feeling that sometimes clouds your mind aren't simply a side effect of aging? What if, instead of being inevitable, they're your body's gentle way of nudging you toward something vital, a call to action that's far more powerful than most realize? It's easy to believe that as we get older, physical activity matters less. After all, weren't our younger years the time for sports, running after kids, or working long hours on our feet? Don't we deserve to rest now, after decades of hard work? That's the story so many of us have been told, and for a while, it can even feel like a relief. But science, and the stories of real people just like you, show a very different picture. One filled with hope, possibility, and a surprising amount of control. You see, our brains and bodies are connected in ways that still amaze researchers. Physical exercise, especially in our senior years, isn't just about muscles, bones, or even balance, though it helps all those things immensely. It's about keeping the very spark of your mind alive, lighting up neural pathways, encouraging new connections, and protecting the memories and sharpness that make you who you are. The latest research in neurology has revealed that regular movement, yes, even gentle walks or stretches, has a direct and measurable effect on brain health. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients essential for keeping neurons healthy and helping to clear out waste products that can contribute to memory loss or cognitive decline. Exercise triggers the release of special proteins called neurotrophic factors, particularly something called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. Think of BDNF as Miracle-Gro for your brain. It helps your brain cells grow stronger, encourages new cells to form, and keeps existing connections sharp and resilient. Numerous studies have shown that seniors who engage in regular physical activity, anything from walking, light jogging, swimming, or even chair yoga, have better memory and improved attention, and are less likely to develop conditions like Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia. But the benefits don't end there. Movement is also one of the most effective natural ways to improve your mood, boost self-confidence, and reduce the stress and anxiety that can sometimes become more prominent with age. That post-exercise, good feeling isn't just for young people. It's your body's way of rewarding you for taking care of yourself at any age. Exercise increases endorphins, reduces inflammation, and even helps you sleep better at night. A cycle that, over time, can make you feel years younger in both body and spirit. And here's the best part. The solution is not nearly as complicated or daunting as it may seem. You don't need to sign up for a marathon, buy expensive gym memberships, or push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Some of the most powerful changes come from the simplest, most consistent actions. Imagine adding a short, 20-minute walk to your daily routine, perhaps around your neighborhood, in a local park, or even inside your house on days when the weather is rough. Maybe you choose to try a gentle stretching routine each morning or sign up for a beginner's chair yoga class at your community center. These seemingly small habits can have an enormous, cumulative effect over time. Let me share a story that might sound familiar. A few years ago, there was a gentleman named Bill, a retired school principal from Ohio. In his late 60s, Bill began to notice that he was losing his sense of balance. He found himself reaching for the handrail every time he went down the steps, and he worried he'd have to give up his passion for gardening, which required kneeling, standing, and moving around his yard. Bill figured this was just what happened as people got older, but his granddaughter, who was studying physical therapy, suggested he try joining a senior walking group that met 3 times a week in the local mall. At first, Bill was hesitant. The first walk felt awkward and slow, and he wondered if it was doing any good. But after a couple of weeks, he noticed he wasn't as winded after a few laps. A month in, he realized he could bend over to tie his shoes without feeling dizzy. Best of all, Bill's mind felt clearer. He started remembering little things again, like where he left his keys or details from books he loved. Over time, Bill grew more social, looking forward to the friendly conversations and camaraderie of his walking group. Gardening felt possible again. The aches and balance issues faded, and in their place, Bill found a renewed sense of independence and hope. Bill's story isn't unique. All across the country, seniors are rediscovering the joys and benefits of movement, one gentle step at a time. The science is clear. Regular physical exercise doesn't just extend your life, it gives you back the quality, richness, and clarity that make every day meaningful. So how can you start, right where you are, with what you have? Here are a few gentle ideas to weave physical activity into your daily life, no matter your starting point. Begin with short, consistent walks. If you haven't been active in a while, try walking for just 5 or 10 minutes each day, gradually increasing as you feel more comfortable. Bring a friend, a family member, or even a pet along to make it enjoyable. Try chair exercises. There are countless videos and community classes designed specifically for seniors. These routines focus on gentle movement, flexibility, and improving circulation, all while seated comfortably. Stretch each morning. Take a few moments after you wake up to stretch your arms, legs, and back. This helps loosen stiff joints and signals your body and your mind that you're ready for the day. Dance to your favorite music. Turn on the radio, choose a song from your youth, and move in whatever way feels right. Dancing is wonderful for balance, coordination, and lifting your spirits. Consider joining a local group. Many community centers offer free or low-cost exercise programs for seniors, from Tai Chi to water aerobics. These groups provide social interaction alongside physical benefits, making the experience even more rewarding. The key is to start gently, listen to your body, and focus on consistency rather than intensity. Some days will feel easier than others, and that's perfectly normal. The important thing is that you keep moving in whatever way feels safe and enjoyable for you. Maybe you're thinking, I'm too old to start something new, or my health isn't good enough. It's natural to feel that way, especially if pain or medical concerns have slowed you down in the past. But research shows it's never too late. People in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s have made significant improvements in strength, mobility, and brain health simply by incorporating gentle physical activity into their lives. Every bit counts. Every step is a victory. Remember, your body and mind are deeply connected, and by caring for one, you nourish the other. You deserve to feel confident as you move through your day, to wake up with energy, and to remember the people and moments that matter most. Imagine greeting your grandchildren at the door with a steady step, enjoying the outdoors on a sunny day without fear of falling, or simply feeling lighter and more hopeful each morning. So today, take a moment to look at your routine. Is there room for a little more movement, a little more self-care? It might be as simple as a walk after breakfast or a dance around the living room. Whatever you choose, know that you are investing not just in your body, but in the vibrant, joyful mind that carries your memories, your stories, and your love. You are never too old to start moving, and you are never too old to feel alive. Your brain and body are cheering you on. Let each step you take be a celebration of the life you still have to live, and the countless moments still ahead, waiting to be enjoyed. Habit 2. Mental stimulation and lifelong learning. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. There's a quiet moment that many older adults know well. You're sitting at the kitchen table, coffee in hand, gazing out the window as the morning sun pours in. Maybe you finish the crossword, glance through the paper, or let your mind drift back to the memories of decades past. Children's laughter, old friends, milestones, and holidays. But sometimes, there's a nagging sense that the world is moving faster than you are. Maybe you've noticed it's a little harder to recall the names of neighbors, or you struggle to remember where you put your reading glasses. Perhaps, every once in a while, you feel as though conversations speed by and you can't quite keep up the way you used to. For many, these little lapses become a new normal, something we accept as the cost of getting older. But let's pause and ask a different question. What if the mind's natural slowing isn't simply old age? What if your brain is quietly asking for more challenge, more curiosity, more discovery? For years, we believed that the brain was like a machine. As it aged, parts simply wore out and couldn't be fixed. But neuroscience now tells a radically different, and much more hopeful, story. Your brain is not a fading engine. It is a living garden, ready to sprout new growth at any age if only it's given the right nourishment and stimulation. You see, the mind is hungry for novelty and challenge. Just as our bodies need movement, our brains crave learning, creativity, and engagement to thrive. When we stretch our thinking, try new things, or even wrestle with a puzzle, we wake up dormant circuits and spark connections between brain cells that keep our memory, reasoning, and problem-solving sharp. This process, called neuroplasticity, is the brain's remarkable ability to adapt, rewire, and strengthen itself, even into our 70s, 80s, and beyond. It's a superpower we all possess, whether we're aware of it or not. Scientific research backs this up in powerful ways. Studies show that older adults who engage in lifelong learning and regular mental stimulation are less likely to develop dementia and are more likely to retain their independence and decision-making abilities. Simple activities, solving word puzzles, reading new books, learning a craft, picking up a new language, or even just having lively conversations, help to exercise your brain and build a cognitive reserve. This reserve acts like a buffer, protecting against memory loss and age-related decline. Seniors who participate in adult education classes or pick up new hobbies often report feeling more confident, less lonely, and more connected to the world around them. But the benefits of mental stimulation go beyond what happens inside your head. Challenging your mind often leads to richer social interactions, a greater sense of purpose, and that unmistakable spark of joy that comes from learning something new. You might discover a hidden talent, unlock a passion you'd forgotten, or make friends with people you never would have met otherwise. Each step toward lifelong learning becomes a step toward a fuller, more vibrant life. So how can you weave more mental stimulation and learning into your daily routine, especially if it's been a while since you tried something new? The answer is easier and more enjoyable than you might think. It starts with embracing curiosity, just as you did as a child. Instead of worrying about being perfect, focus on the adventure of exploring something unfamiliar, no matter how small. Try picking up a daily puzzle, crosswords, Sudoku, or even jigsaw puzzles. These may seem simple, but they activate areas of the brain involved in logic, memory, and pattern recognition. If you're someone who loves stories, dive into books outside your usual genres, biographies, historical fiction, or even poetry. The act of following new narratives stretches your imagination and builds empathy. Or perhaps you've always wanted to play an instrument, paint, or learn a new language. There are countless free resources online and in your local library or community center. Language apps and virtual classes make it possible to practice Spanish, French, or even American Sign Language from the comfort of your own home. Community art classes and workshops can offer creative outlets and social opportunities at the same time. Let me tell you about Ruth, a retired nurse from Minnesota. At 74, she found herself feeling bored and isolated after her husband passed away. Her days began to blur together. Morning news, light chores, maybe a walk around the block. One afternoon, while visiting her local library, Ruth stumbled upon a flyer for a beginner's painting class for seniors. She hadn't picked up a brush since grade school, but something about the idea made her heart flutter. She signed up on a whim. The first class was filled with nerves. What if I'm no good? She thought. But with each stroke, Ruth realized she didn't need to be perfect. She just needed to show up and try. She made new friends in the class, and together they laughed at their mistakes and celebrated each other's progress. Over time, painting became a weekly ritual that Ruth looked forward to. She noticed her memory improved, her spirits lifted, and her conversations with her grandchildren were livelier as she shared her new passion. Ruth's story isn't rare. Every day, seniors across America are proving that curiosity and learning are ageless gifts. Whether it's signing up for a cooking class, joining a book club, tackling brain training games, or learning to use new technology, the possibilities for mental growth are endless. If you're not sure where to begin, consider these gentle ways to stimulate your mind. Read something new every day, even if it's just a news article or a chapter of a novel. Keep a notebook to jot down things that interest you or questions you'd like to explore. Invite a friend or neighbor over for coffee and discuss current events, a favorite movie, or a past adventure. Try online courses or workshops for seniors. Many are free and easy to join, covering topics from genealogy to computer basics to philosophy. Teach or mentor someone younger. Sharing your wisdom and life experiences not only helps others but sharpens your mind in return. And don't forget the value of simply being curious about the world. Ask questions, seek answers, try a new route on your daily walk, or listen to music from a different era. Each act of curiosity is a small but meaningful investment in your brain's health. Maybe you're thinking, is it possible for me to learn at this age? Absolutely. The human brain is built to learn and adapt for a lifetime. Even if you haven't picked up a new skill in decades, you have everything you need to start now. Patience, courage, and the wisdom to know that growth matters more than perfection. So, the next time you feel your mind slowing or notice a forgotten name on the tip of your tongue, take it as a gentle nudge, not a warning sign. Your brain isn't shutting down. It's asking for something new, a little adventure, a reason to wake up and wonder. Permit yourself to be a beginner again. Revel in the awkwardness, the laughter, and the small victories. Every moment spent learning is a gift to your future self. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Millions of older adults across the country are opening their minds and their hearts to the joy of discovery. By making lifelong learning a habit, you're not just preserving your memory. You're investing in a richer, fuller life. You have a lifetime of experience behind you and so much ahead. Let your curiosity be your compass, your questions be your guide, and your willingness to try to be your greatest strength. The world is still full of wonders waiting to be explored, no matter your age. So, take that first small step today. Pick up a book, try a new recipe, sign up for a class, or ask your grandchildren to teach you something new. Your brain will thank you. And you might just find that the best chapters of your story are still being written. One curious question, one brave lesson, one beautiful discovery at a time. Habit 3. Social engagement. There's something achingly familiar about the hush that settles in a house after the bustle of raising a family has faded. The once crowded kitchen now echoes with the memory of laughter, the phone rings a little less often, and sometimes the days can blur together, punctuated by quiet meals and solitary walks. Maybe you found yourself watching old movies, glancing at photo albums, or standing by the window, waiting for a friendly face to walk up the path. For so many older adults, these moments of solitude are both a comfort and a quiet ache, a gentle reminder that while life keeps moving, sometimes it seems to move a little faster for everyone else. It's easy to think that this is simply the way things are meant to be. After all, we're told that aging is about slowing down, about accepting a quieter life. We reassure ourselves that we're fine on our own, that reaching out is too much trouble, or that everyone is busy with their own lives. But what if we've got it backward? What if these feelings of loneliness or disconnection aren't a natural part of growing older, but rather signals from our hearts and our brains that something vital is missing? For decades, we've underestimated just how essential human connection is, not only for happiness but for the health of our minds. Recent science has revealed something astonishing. Social engagement is as important to brain health as eating well or getting regular exercise. Studies show that people who stay socially active as they age are far less likely to develop memory problems, depression, or even dementia. Our brains are wired for connection. Every conversation, every shared laugh, and every gentle touch strengthens the neural pathways that keep our minds sharp and resilient. When we talk and listen, tell stories, or even share a quiet cup of coffee, our brains release chemicals like oxytocin and dopamine that make us feel good and reinforce those all-important neural circuits. Engaging with others challenges our thinking, helps us see new perspectives, and encourages us to remember, empathize, and solve problems. Social interaction also helps reduce stress and anxiety, which over time can damage both brain and body. In short, staying connected isn't just good for the soul, it's a lifeline for your mind. But what does social engagement look like, especially if family and old friends are far away or busy with their own lives? The good news is that connection comes in many forms, and it's never too late to reach out, make new friends, or deepen the relationships you already have. It might be as simple as joining a local book club, attending church services, volunteering at a community center, or even striking up a conversation with the cashier at your neighborhood grocery store. Technology can also be a powerful tool. Many seniors are using video calls, online groups, or even social media to stay in touch with loved ones near and far. Let me share a story that may sound familiar. Edith, a retired seamstress from New Jersey, found herself feeling increasingly isolated after her husband passed away. Her daughter lived in another state, and her friends were slowly moving away or struggling with their health. For months, Edith kept to herself, convincing herself she was just fine. But the quiet grew heavier, and soon she noticed her memory slipping and her mood darkening. One day, while picking up her prescription at the local pharmacy, Edith saw a flyer for a senior friendship circle at the town library. On a whim, she decided to go. That first meeting was a jumble of nerves and uncertainty, but Edith was greeted with warm smiles and gentle conversation. The group played board games, shared stories, and organized outings to local museums and parks. Week by week, Edith found herself looking forward to those gatherings, her laughter returning, her mind sharper, her heart lighter. She reconnected with an old neighbor, made a new friend who shared her love for quilting, and even started a tradition of hosting tea once a month. Edith's memory improved, her energy returned, and she found herself once again part of the living, breathing tapestry of her community. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Edith's journey isn't rare. Across the country, countless seniors are rediscovering the joy and power of social connection, sometimes in the most unexpected places. Whether through church groups, community classes, gardening clubs, or online forums, Every new bond brings fresh meaning, hope, and vitality. So how can you, in your own life, cultivate more connection and engagement, especially if you're not sure where to start? Here are a few gentle ideas. Reach out to old friends or family. Send a letter, make a phone call, or arrange a coffee date. You might be surprised at how eager others are to reconnect. Join a group. Whether it's a book club, walking group, art class, or a local charity, joining a regular activity is a wonderful way to meet people with shared interests. Volunteer your time. Local schools, hospitals, and food banks are often looking for extra hands. Volunteering not only gives you a sense of purpose but introduces you to people from all walks of life. Attend community events. Check your local library, senior center, or places of worship for lectures, concerts, or workshops open to the public. Try something new. Sign up for a class, cooking, computer skills, painting, or dancing. Stepping out of your comfort zone can lead to unexpected friendships. And if technology feels overwhelming, ask a grandchild, neighbor, or librarian to help you get started with video calls or online communities. There's no shame in being a beginner. Curiosity and willingness are all you need. If you're worried about being a burden or feeling out of place, remember this. Loneliness is far more common than people admit, and by reaching out, you're giving others a precious gift as well. Everyone, at every age, needs to feel seen, heard, and valued. Maybe you've always been the independent type, priding yourself on handling things alone. That strength is admirable, but the connection doesn't diminish it, it amplifies it. We are, all of us, social beings at heart. Our stories are meant to be shared, our burdens lightened together, and our joys multiplied in good company. Social engagement isn't about filling every moment with chatter or joining every club in town. It's about nurturing the relationships that matter, finding community in unexpected places, and allowing yourself the grace to need and be needed. Each conversation, each shared smile, and each act of kindness is a thread that weaves your life into the greater fabric of the world. If the days have felt lonely or your world has grown quieter, let today be the moment you reach out, even just a little. Call an old friend. Join that club you've been thinking about. Volunteer for a cause close to your heart. Or simply sit beside someone new at church or bingo night and ask about their day. The connections you make now will carry you through life's ups and downs, keeping your mind sharp and your spirit strong. Never forget, you still have stories to tell, laughter to share, friendships to build, and memories to create. Social engagement isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for a full and healthy life at any age. By nurturing your relationships, old and new, you're giving your brain the best possible chance to thrive, and your heart the joy of belonging. So let's open our doors, pick up the phone, say hello, and embrace the beautiful, messy, vibrant connections that make life truly worth living. The world is still waiting for your voice, your kindness, and your friendship. Reach out, and let yourself be reached in return. Habit 4. Healthy nutrition for the brain. Have you ever paused in the grocery store aisle, staring at a shelf lined with brightly colored boxes and cans, and wondered, what's truly nourishing for my body now that I'm older? Or maybe you've noticed that after certain meals, you feel sluggish and forgetful, or your mood dips for no obvious reason. Sometimes you just want the energy and clarity you used to have, the ability to remember names, focus on a good book, or hold your own in a lively family conversation. It's easy to assume that eating in your golden years is simply about watching your cholesterol, sugar, or salt, or cutting back on favorite foods as doctors recommend. For many, nutrition becomes a list of restrictions, and eating feels like just another thing to manage. But what if the food you eat could nourish your brain, helping you feel brighter, sharper, and even happier day after day? What if the meals on your table had the power not just to fuel your body, but to strengthen the very memories and mental clarity that make life meaningful? Here's the good news. Your brain is still hungry for care, and science now shows that what you eat can either help protect your memory, mood, and thinking, or slowly chip away at them. The latest research has turned old assumptions upside down. Instead of focusing just on what to avoid, we can turn our attention to foods that feed the mind. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals that repair cells, fight inflammation, and support the delicate balance of chemicals your brain needs to stay sharp. Let's look at the science in simple terms. The human brain is an incredibly energy-hungry organ, using about 20% of your daily calories even though it's a fraction of your body weight. Every thought, memory, and feeling depends on a constant supply of nutrients and oxygen. Over time, if your brain doesn't get the right building blocks, memory can fade, processing slows, and mood swings become more frequent. The wrong foods, like heavily processed snacks, added sugars, and unhealthy fats, can even increase your risk for diseases like Alzheimer's. But the right foods can help build new brain cells, strengthen connections, and protect your brain from the inside out. For example, omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish like salmon, sardines, and trout, as well as walnuts and flax seeds, are critical for building the flexible cell membranes that keep brain cells communicating. Antioxidant-rich foods like berries, dark leafy greens, and colorful vegetables help clean up harmful molecules called free radicals, which can damage your brain cells over time. Vitamin-rich foods, such as eggs for choline, spinach for folate, and oranges for vitamin C, support memory, attention, and mood by fueling the production of neurotransmitters, your brain's natural messengers. And let's not forget whole grains and legumes, which provide a steady supply of glucose, your brain's favorite fuel, without the crash and burn of processed sugar. But here's the thing. You don't need to follow a trendy or restrictive diet or overhaul everything overnight. Nourishing your brain is about making small, thoughtful choices that add up over time. It's about filling your plate with as many real, whole foods as possible. Foods you recognize, foods with roots in tradition, and yes, foods that still please you. Let me tell you about Arthur, a retired bus driver from Georgia who once lived for bacon and biscuits, strong black coffee, and the occasional slice of pie after dinner. In his late 60s, Arthur started to notice that he was feeling more forgetful. He'd lose track of conversations, misplace his keys, and sometimes struggle to remember the route to his favorite fishing spot. His doctor mentioned senior moments, and handed him a list of foods to avoid, which made eating feel like a chore. But one day, Arthur's granddaughter, Lila, invited him to a brain food cooking class at their local community center. At first, Arthur was skeptical. He'd never eaten kale in his life and didn't see the point of eating salmon instead of his beloved fried chicken. But the class was filled with people his age, all laughing, sharing stories, and learning simple recipes together. He learned that a salad topped with walnuts and berries could be delicious, that roasted sweet potatoes made him feel satisfied without a sugar crash, and that grilled salmon left him feeling light and energized instead of heavy and sluggish. Arthur started small, swapping out one meal a day for something new and colorful. Within a few weeks, he realized he was waking up clearer, handling his daily crossword with ease, and feeling more upbeat, especially after meals. Even his fishing buddies noticed he seemed sharper, always ready with a good joke or the best bait suggestion. Arthur's new eating habits became a point of pride, something he could share with family and friends instead of a list of things he was giving up. So, what simple steps can you take to nourish your brain with every meal? Fill half your plate with colorful vegetables and fruits. Berries, spinach, broccoli, carrots, and peppers are packed with antioxidants and vitamins. Aim for 2 servings of fatty fish a week. Salmon, sardines, and mackerel are loaded with brain-boosting omega-3s. Choose whole grains like oatmeal, brown rice, or whole wheat bread for steady energy and fiber. Include a handful of nuts or seeds daily. Walnuts, almonds, flax seeds, and chia seeds are all great for the brain. Don't be afraid of eggs and lean meats. They provide protein and key nutrients like choline and vitamin B12, important for memory. Use olive oil for cooking or on salads instead of butter or margarine. Drink plenty of water. Even mild dehydration can affect concentration and memory. Enjoy coffee or tea in moderation. Both provide antioxidants, but avoid loading them with sugar. If you like to cook, try adding herbs like turmeric and rosemary, which have brain-friendly benefits. If you prefer simple meals, even a peanut butter sandwich on whole wheat bread with an apple on the side is a great start. Of course, changing habits can be hard, especially when food is so tied to memory, comfort, and family tradition. If you feel overwhelmed, start with one small step. Maybe add a cup of blueberries to your breakfast, or try fish once this week instead of red meat. Celebrate every positive change, and remember that enjoying meals, especially with family or friends, can itself be medicine for the mind. You might wonder, is it worth it at my age? The answer is yes. Countless studies show that even seniors in their 70s, 80s, and beyond see improvements in memory, mood, and overall health when they shift to a more nourishing diet. You don't have to be perfect, just open to trying something new, and gentle with yourself along the way. If you live alone, consider joining a community meal program, a church potluck, or inviting a neighbor for a homemade lunch. Cooking together, sharing recipes, and enjoying good company can make healthy eating feel less like a duty and more like a joy. Food is more than fuel. It's connection, tradition, and love. With every thoughtful choice, you're not just feeding your body but nurturing your memories, your wit, and your sense of well-being. The meals you enjoy today can help keep you present for more birthdays, more laughter, and more time with the people you cherish most. So the next time you're in the grocery store or planning a meal, pause and ask yourself, how can I add something nourishing to my plate today? Remember Arthur's story, and know that every small step matters. Your brain and your future self will thank you. You have the wisdom of years, the power of choice, and the chance to shape the chapters ahead. Healthy nutrition for the brain isn't about restriction or deprivation. It's about celebrating the richness of real food and the gift of a clear, joyful mind. You're never too old to take care of yourself, and every meal is another chance to do just that. Habit 5. Quality sleep and stress management. There's a quiet struggle many seniors know all too well, lying awake in the stillness of the night, watching the clock tick past 3 or 4 a.m., feeling restless, anxious, or unable to find the deep, restorative sleep that once came so easily. Or waking up tired, even after hours in bed, with a foggy mind and a heavy heart. Maybe you find yourself replaying worries or memories, or your body aches just enough to keep you from sinking fully into rest. These nights can stretch into weeks, sometimes months, making daytime feel harder and joy a little more distant. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's easy to write off sleeplessness or restless nights as just another part of getting older, something to accept without question. And when stress builds quietly in the background, worries about health, family, or the world, it's tempting to believe that there's little we can do. But what if the truth is very different? What if the quality of your sleep and how you manage stress aren't just nice to have, but essential keys to preserving your memory, your mood, and your independence? Science is beginning to unlock the deep connection between sleep, stress, and brain health, especially for seniors. During sleep, your brain isn't simply resting. It's busy repairing, clearing out toxins, strengthening memories, and restoring the delicate balance of chemicals that keep you thinking clearly and feeling emotionally steady. Without enough quality sleep, these vital processes falter, leading to forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, and even an increased risk of cognitive decline. At the same time, stress, especially when it's constant or unresolved, releases hormones like cortisol that flood your body and brain, damaging cells, shrinking the memory center of your brain, the hippocampus, and making it harder to sleep well in the first place. It's a frustrating cycle. Poor sleep worsens stress, and stress disrupts sleep, feeding on itself and quietly undermining your health. But here's the hopeful part. By gently nurturing better sleep habits and learning simple ways to manage stress, you can break this cycle, improve your memory and focus, and wake up feeling refreshed and ready to embrace the day. You don't have to overhaul your entire routine overnight. Sometimes, small changes can ripple into big improvements. It starts with creating a peaceful, comforting bedtime ritual that tells your body it's time to unwind, turning off screens, dimming lights, and perhaps listening to soft music or nature sounds. Simple breathing exercises or gentle stretches can calm your nervous system and ease muscle tension. Many seniors find that going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps reset their internal clock and makes falling asleep easier. Limiting caffeine and heavy meals late in the day can also ease digestion and prevent restless nights. If worries or racing thoughts keep you awake, try journaling before bed and writing down your concerns or plans for tomorrow. This act of putting your thoughts on paper can quiet the mind and create space for rest. Let me tell you about Helen, a retired schoolteacher from Oregon. In her early 70s, Helen began waking up several times a night, often lying awake for hours. Her daytime energy dropped, and she felt irritable and forgetful, something she'd never experienced before. Helen's doctor explained that sleep patterns can change with age, but also encouraged her to explore relaxation techniques. Helen started a gentle evening routine, a warm cup of chamomile tea, 15 minutes of slow breathing, and reading a favorite book by soft lamplight instead of watching TV. She also made a habit of journaling before bed, letting go of the day's worries on paper. Slowly, Helen noticed she was falling asleep faster and waking up less during the night. Her mood improved, and she found it easier to concentrate on the volunteer work she loved. Helen's story shows us that quality sleep is a gift we can nurture, and stress a challenge we can manage with patience and self-compassion. Alongside these habits, consider incorporating mindfulness or meditation into your day. Even 5 to 10 minutes of focused breathing or guided relaxation can lower stress hormones and prepare your mind for restful sleep. Many seniors find that gentle yoga or Tai Chi practice during the day also reduces tension and improves sleep quality. If you struggle with chronic sleep issues, don't hesitate to talk with your healthcare provider. Sometimes, underlying conditions like sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome affect sleep and can be treated. There are also safe, non-habit-forming strategies your doctor can recommend to help you rest easier. Remember, sleep and stress management aren't just about feeling rested. They are crucial for protecting your memory, mood, and brain function. Think of sleep as the nightly tune-up your brain needs to keep running smoothly, and stress management as the shield that guards you against wear and tear. If you've been battling poor sleep or overwhelming stress, know that you're not alone, and that change is possible. Begin gently, choose 1 or 2 small habits, and build from there. Celebrate your progress, no matter how gradual, because every moment of rest and calm nourishes your mind and spirit. Imagine waking up with energy, clarity, and peace, ready to enjoy your favorite activities, connect with loved ones, and embrace whatever the day brings. By honoring your body's need for quality sleep and learning to soothe your mind, you're investing in your health, your happiness, and your independence. You have the wisdom to listen to your body, the strength to make small changes, and the support of countless others on this journey. Sleep well, breathe deeply, and let each restful night be a step toward a sharper, calmer, and more joyful you. As we've explored today, keeping your brain healthy and vibrant isn't about magic or miracle cures. It's about embracing simple, meaningful habits every day. Whether it's moving your body with gentle exercise, challenging your mind through lifelong learning, nurturing connections with others, fueling yourself with nourishing foods, or giving your brain the rest and calm it deserves through quality sleep and stress management, each step you take is a powerful act of self-care. Remember, it's never too late to start. Age isn't a barrier. It's a gift, a chance to rediscover your strength, your curiosity, and your joy. Small changes add up over time, and the benefits ripple through every part of your life, helping you stay sharp, engaged, and connected to the people and moments that matter most. You have the wisdom of a lifetime behind you, and the power to shape your future health and happiness. I encourage you to pick one habit we talked about today and begin there. Maybe it's a short walk, a new book, a phone call to a friend, a brain-boosting meal, or a peaceful bedtime routine. Whatever it is, take that first step gently, with kindness toward yourself. Thank you for joining me on this journey to better brain health. If you found value in this video, please share your thoughts or your favorite new habit in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more tips and inspiration to live your best life at every age. Together, let's embrace every moment with clarity, joy, and hope. Your brain deserves it. Your life deserves it. And most of all, you deserve it.